loss for the Panthers, 40-20 drubbing from the Falcons. Dropped our fifth straight, and it has me saying the April NFL draft can't get here fast enough. At points, it's just frankly been embarrassing to watch. We look like bad news bears at points as well on both sides of the ball. Kyle Allen, your new nickname is Mr. Turnover. Even in our 4 wins you had 4 turnovers. And in our 5 losses, you've had 12 turnovers. 4 today, 2 of those not your fault. One, a perfect pass to Ian Thomas, bounced off his hands 5 or 6 times right into the Falcons defender's hands. Actually, if you take a picture of that, and just that play alone is a microcosm of our season and how far downhill it's gone since we were 5-3 and still had a really good pulse for playoff chances and whatnot. But I'm running out of words. It's really painful and discouraging, and I realize I'm saying all this, and the players are feeling this, the heat, the misery, because it sure as heck is not fun to lose no matter what sport you're playing. Pee-wee football, pro football, heck, it's backyard football. It's just bad. But the reality is, you can't turn the ball over that many times and expect to win. I don't care if you're playing the Patriots or Baltimore or the Redskins or Atlanta. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you give teams chances with short fields, we're going to lose the majority of the time. Today, that happened again. But Kyle, the decision making, not there. I mean, yes, our offensive line stinks, and there's no getting around that, but you've got to get the ball out. If your first read is open, take it. Half yard, 30 yards, I don't care. It's going forward. And right now, in this 5-game winning streak, or losing streak rather, I think we've gained more yards going backwards than forwards, and it's super, super frustrating. And 2 of those, like I said, and the other fumble that you lost, one of them was on Dennis Daly. Just got purely beat off the edge. And if you can't block one-on-one as an NFL offensive lineman, I can't really help you. He got manhandled on that play, and that's unfortunate. I mean, there's not a lot of good to talk about from this 5-game losing streak, and definitely not today. I think for our defense, we need to go back to a 4-3. I realize we switched to a 3-4 to try to generate more QB pressures and QB sacks, and that has happened this year, but I've never seen us in 17 years of watching Panther football get gashed so much in the running game. I think you literally could call the same play over and over, and I think teams have started to do that and just march down the field 5-6 plays and ran it down their throats. Devontae Freeman averaged 3.2 yards a carry coming into the day, and at some point he was averaging 8.4 yards a carry. It's just not fun to watch and not fun to play on short, and it's just disheartening kind of, because we have great names on both sides of the ball. We are just not executing. We're giving the ball away too much. We're not taking it away. We don't have that fire. There's nothing. It just feels like we're just going through the motions. And I realize a 5-game losing streak is not fun, and I know we're trying really hard. It's just not happening. Names don't win you football games. A cohesive group does, and complementary football, and on both sides that is just not there. But you know what? There are some good things, or a couple of good things I saw today. Shaq Thompson made a couple of good plays on defense, showing why we gave him that contract extension. Luke Kuechly being Luke Kuechly, he missed a few assignments, but again, that's for the 4-3 defense we need to go back to that because Luke Kuechly is one of the best 4-3 linebackers in the league, and when we were in 4-3, it just felt like our defense had a chance, and hopefully we'll draft a couple hog mollies and get a healthy K1 Short back, and that is a big reason why we are struggling on the defensive side of the ball as well. But I just want us to go back to the brand of defense that we could hang our hat on, definitely. But the positives I saw today from the offensive side of the ball, Ian Thomas, we've got something in that youngster. I realized he had that pop-up interception juggly thing that he should have caught, didn't. But he did have a touchdown and just had some very good routes and tough running for first downs, bowling over the DBs and corners on those routes. And he's just an effective tight end overall. Like, you know how they say the tight end's always open at points? Well, he was today, and that's another mind-boggling thing to me, that we didn't use Ian Thomas more when Greg Holson was healthy, let alone him not being. I just think he could have been a viable weapon because last year he became one of Cam Newton's favorites, and I realized Ian Thomas got hurt a couple of times in the first couple of weeks, so he was a little slow in getting back, but I don't think we used him enough. And DJ Moore is the first Carolina Panther wide receiver since Kelvin Benjamin to go over 1,000 yards, and gotta have a breakout year and show us that we have some talent on the outside, and along with Christian McCaffrey, who was tough and battled to the end. So I really appreciate that. Again, we got a lot of building blocks. We just need some cohesion to come, and hopefully that will come with the new coach and his vision, and the players that we draft, along with the veterans we already have: Luke Kuechly, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Dante Jackson, James Bradbury, Dante Jackson. We have names. We just got to get the cohesion and playing complementary football again. But as always, keep pounding. We'll try not to give up 350 rushing yards to Seattle, but we'll see what happens. We might pull off the upset. Who knows? I have faith. Go Panthers.